Tax deadline for filing is April 18th this year. Uncle Sam expects to bring in a whopping $3.3 trillion in tax dollars in 2017. And guess what? It's not enough to cover all the spending. Sounds like our home budgets, doesn't it? Joe Krier, president of Krier Wealth Management here. So you're talking about a $750 billion shortfall.
Yeah.
How does that play in our households?
Yeah, well, that's been about the average, unfortunately, for the last 12 or 14 years. So the accumulated debt is approaching $20 trillion right now. That breaks down to about $880,000 per household.
So that makes Tax Freedom Day, which is technically the day when we get to keep all our money and don't have to give any to Uncle Sam, that much more challenging.
Yeah, pretty much. If you started the year and you were given 100% of your salary to pay your taxes, actually April 24th is the cutoff when you would have satisfied the IRS, and then you get to keep what you make for the rest of the year. So that day's been kind of bouncing around, but it's getting a little further down the road. And, I like to think of it and say, hey, let's be patriotic here. We live in one of the greatest countries on earth. We've got, great military, great police protection. Those taxes do provide a lot of services that help us get through our day.
But people still don't want to pay
That's
taxes.
For sure. Yeah.
What can we do to, make sure that our 2016 tax bill is as, what's the word I should use, efficient as possible and in our best interest?
Yeah, planning ahead is a big thing. So we're going to talk in a second here about some things you can do this week to help out with your current tax bill. But, planning ahead, setting aside money, maxing out your retirement accounts, charitable contributions. There's a whole slew of things you can do, but you really do need to kind of take this time, maybe now that you're pulling your paperwork together, and say, all right, what does my budget really look like, and what can I do to shift things around a little bit?
So I think, what's the max on the IRA contributions? $5,500, right?
$5,500. If you're over 50, there's a $1,000 catch-up, so you can go $6,500, and you can actually make that contribution as late as next Tuesday and still count it for 2016. If you're a small business owner, you could set up a retirement plan and pop away as much as $53,000, and that's actually about a $20,000 tax savings. And then I've got the earned income credit up there. And the reason I'm saying that is a full 20% of people that are eligible for the earned income credit and the child tax credit are actually not taking it. And for some households, that equates to as much as 30% of their total tax bill.
So who's eligible?
It's a pretty big number. For the most part, it's households with incomes less than $60,000 are eligible, and those are some pretty big line items. You're just getting an exemption for the cost of having your kids around. So if you have 10 kids, that can add up a little bit.
Yeah, now if you have any deductions, sometimes it could be a maze trying to file your taxes. So people go, well, I can't afford an accountant because that'll offset any refund that I might get. Free help available?
Yeah, there is, and there's good software out there. You'd be surprised how TurboTax can really walk you through, and it has sort of a Q&A format, so it'll say if you did this, then you can do that. But the IRS actually has an 800 number you can call, and they can walk you through some things. And the software on the irs.gov website is excellent. It's typically designed for people making less than $60,000 a year. But the nice thing about it is Q&A format walks you right through. At the end, you hit the button, and guess what? You're filed. You're done. So don't wait till Monday or Tuesday. Get it done now and enjoy the holiday weekend.
And people sit back and go, woohoo, I'm getting $3,000 back. It's nice to get that chunk of change, but you're giving the government free access to your money.
Yeah, you're letting them use your money for the whole year. If you're getting too big of a return, you may want to adjust your withholding down a little bit so you're not sending so much off that's sitting in their bank account during the year instead of yours.
All right, Joe. By the way, if you want to just revisit some of this tax advice while you're sitting there figuring out your 1040, it'll be reposted on newsforjax.com on the morning show page after about 10:30 this morning. Joe, always a pleasure.